All right, for 273, it says to represent two groups of three, Chad drew the diagram at right. And so they're talking about this diagram right here. So to represent this expression, oh, fiddlesticks, he drew this. Well, let's just do that. So he drew three positive integer tiles in a circle and three more positive integer tiles in a circle. Well, it must be time to go home. So I have two groups of three. So I see one group of three, two groups of three. So it's asking you, how can you predict that Chad would draw five groups of -3? How would you predict that Chad would draw five groups of -3? What's the value of this expression? So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to draw five groups of the opposite of 3. And then we're going to figure out how much is it worth. And so we're going to do that on our paper right here. So we have this, so the diagram for this. So again, I have 5 groups of the opposite of 3. Remember, whatever's in my parentheses is what is in one group. So I'm going to draw that first. So that's my -3. And I need to make 5 total groups. So this is one group, 2 groups. Oops, it's a little hard to see. 3 groups, 4 groups, 5 groups. So I have my 5 groups of -3. And I also need to find the value of what this is. And so if I don't know what it might be, what I can do is I can actually count them. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Is it positive 15 or negative 15 though? I see negative symbols all through here, so that means it is -15. So for problem 2-74, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to be looking at what we have in the group, how many groups there are. We're going to draw that, and we're going to have the value on there. And so let's just read 274 real quick. It says, the two equal expressions of two groups of 3 and 6 can be represented at the diagram at right. So we have our 6 feet right here, and then we have 3 feet and 3 feet, so the two groups. So it says right here, we're going to draw similar ones like this for the expressions below. Oh, oops, I think I forgot. I made a mistake on this earlier today. That's a bummer. That's okay. I like the integer tiles. I think they're a little more clear, especially as we move forward, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw that diagram. So I have in here, I'm going to start with my first group. So I have 1, 2, 3 integer tiles. I'm going to add 5 more. And it says that this is my one group. Right here, this tells me I need to have 2 groups. So I have my 3 integer tiles plus my 5 integer tiles. And it should show me what the total value is. And in this place, this is going to be 16. I am a little nervous that maybe we're drawing a parallel down here if I remember correctly. So I'm going to draw it as well. So I have 3 feet and then 5 feet, 3 feet, and then 5 feet. So with that, I have 3, 8, 11, 16. So they both show the same thing. Ooh, my numbers aren't showing up very well on there. That's not so good. That's okay. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and move. How many minutes am I at? Oh, I forget. It won't tell me. All right, we're just going to keep rolling. Hopefully it'll be okay. So what does 2 groups of 3 plus 5 mean? What's the value of this expression? So we're going to go ahead and do that on our paper as well. So I see on this I have 2 groups of 3. So 1, 2, 3. There's my first group. 1, 2, 3. There's my second group. And then I'm going to add 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the value of this is going to be 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is what I see. If I was to draw it out this way, I have my 3 plus 5. 3 feet for a total of 6 feet for a total of 11 feet. So you can kind of see right here maybe what they're trying to get you to do. We can see we have 2 very different values. And if you look at what we have placed right here, we really have the same numbers. I still have a 2, a 3, a plus sign, and a 5. But what's different is those parentheses. So let's look at what Charlie says so that we can answer it the best way we can. It says to compare 2 groups of 3 plus 5 with 2 groups of 3 plus 5. How are these movements the same or different? Explain your thinking and draw a diagram. So as we're looking at this, how are they the same? How are they different? What I see on here when we did these, and I might focus more on here, that's what they actually wanted us to do, is I do see 2 groups of 3. But what I see that's different is the first one has 2 groups of 5 and the second one does not. And the reason for that is, as we're looking at these 2 right here, this one, the 5 is inside that parentheses. This one, the 5 is outside of it. So the difference is the placement of the parentheses. Because again, if I'm following actual order of operations, I need to do this first because my parentheses break the rules. With this right here, I'm not going to because I can't do anything with just a 3. And so instead, I would circle my terms and solve from left to right. We haven't quite got there yet, but we will very, very soon. So I hope that this makes sense. Make sure to do your homework, please. Email me any questions that you have.